Hello, everyone, and welcome to Toonkind DnD at 12 FPS. Uh, this is Jade
Ooh.
slash Mega Magma, and today we are playing ImPactful,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be playing as Andy Fenton.
Yeehaw.
With me today I have the wonderful, the amazing, lovely,
Wah.
uh,
Hi.
uh,
Hi, my name is Breaks, and I will be playing Johan Klarstein today. He is a white lion toon. He is a warlock. And I believe Andy's a warlock as well, correct?
Andy is a warlock,
Oh,
albeit she is not a toon. They are Reelkind, in fact.
cool.
And so this starts off like any normal day in Toontown. I believe it is fall right now, closer to winter set. And what is Johan doing on this beautiful day?
Oh, well, it's a lovely fall day. It's slightly cloudy. There's a whole bunch of crunchy leaves flying in from everywhere. It's all picturesque. But he's been walking around the market, checking a list and like going into establishments, placing orders for later delivery to like the Clarstein residents in Toontown. Uh, and I'm gonna say that where we start off is that he's just stopped by, paused by like a flower booth that was selling flowers, because he smelled lilacs and lavenders, and it's like one of his favorite smells. So he decides to get a few bouquets of that to take home with him. Not a
Fantastic.
not a planned purchase, but a little treat for himself.
So Johan,
Hmm.
as you're smelling the flowers, as it were,
Hmm.
uh, you feel something soft at your feet.
Like,
It's a little cat,
oh, uh,
a little
hello.
black cat.
Um, is is the cat slow blinking at him? Or
Uh,
is the cat staring at him?
Kind of.
Kind of.
It's also mostly like uh it's you know that kind of thing like cats do where like they rub up against their feet.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
ah, hello. Excuse me. Just it like he's like starting like he's. I imagine like the cat just kind of follows like him whenever he tries to like take it like
Mm-hmm.
take a step, so it's turning into like a bit of a tango. Um,
Yes.
so he's like, yes. Oh, you're very
And
friendly, aren't you? Uh,
would you say you're currently distracted?
I would say, yeah, that Johan is currently distracted to because he's trying not to step on the cat. Don't step on
One
the
moment.
kitty.
I am gonna roll something. I'm gonna roll it with advantage. This is just that's a
Oh,
22.
22. Hot dang, yeah.
Okay, so that's a stealth check.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say with a 22, I probably get advantage on a small sleight of hand.
Oh, sure, sure.
So I'm gonna, sorry, 1 second. That's a
28.
28.
Ho!
So
Ho!
oh my fucking god.
I mean,
Okay.
does Johan even know for like the next 3 hours that anything happened? God, okay. Yeah, what happens?
I want to know what those and I'll let you decide how long it takes for Johan to find out whatever he lost.
Um,
What did Johan what what did
I
uh
mean, what
what
it.
did this individual take?
I mean, did Andy go into his hammer space? Did he?
This is a good question. I don't know if real can people go into other people's hammer spaces.
I don't
Where is Johan's hammer space?
know. Usually behind him or in like one of his pockets. It it changes depending upon what's out of what's out of line of sight of the audience. Um,
Understandable.
yeah.
So I guess he reached into one of the pockets. What does he pull out?
Okay.
Do you want her to roll fumble?
Yeah. Why not?
I never thought I'd have. Uh,
Okay. Hmm. You get with an 11. You get a signet ring with
what?
a signet ring. It's a ring with an opal set into it that's been carved with the emblem of the Klarstein house. So
Huh.
very shiny, very pretty, very officious looking. Um.
I'm. Oh, this is shiny.
Mhm.
This is nice. I'm gonna say that, and I'm small will save. 1 second. The moment that she sees that, because this is expensive, probably, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh man. Okay.
yeah. It's like a carved opal, like a gem, precious gem that's been carved.
I'm giving myself disadvantage just because this is fucking expensive.
Mhm. A 9.
That's a 9.
Okay.
So I think Andy just stares at it.
Hmm. Okay. Uh. How did I feel like Andy just kind of like reached in through like some of the bouquets and just put hand into Johan's pocket and then like pulled signet ring out and now it's just is the hand just still standing out there holding the signet ring?
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
Uh
you know what? It came out. It came out of the pocket on Andy's hand.
oh, beautiful. I'm gonna have Johan roll perception. I don't think he's gonna be able to. No, he could he could beat that stealth, but it'd have to be an extremely
I'm
high
gonna
roll.
I'm gonna say currently here because Andy's just not moved away.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
roll again.
yeah.
It's because
Well, that's an 8.
well, I'm giving myself disadvantage.
Okay.
You know what? Okay, I said you'd have advantage. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
okay.
roll.
Oh.
Well,
Oh. Yeah.
the world decided today that no.
Yeah, Andy gets the signet ring.
Oh,
She's
this is
got it.
fantastic.
He's got it. Um,
Yep.
all right. So, I
Leaves you
think
alone. Yeah.
yeah, I think that Johan does the cat eventually like leave him alone?
Yes.
Okay.
And this
Um,
was, by the way, I don't know how weird this would be for Johan, but this was a real kind cat.
yeah. Um, I mean, you do occasionally see them. It's not, they're not as common as like the Toonkind cats. Um, but I think he I think he finally just like takes out like like a tidbit of like a something like something he's like just nibbled on and like tossed it away so the cat would leave him alone. And then he probably goes on with his like purchases. And I would say that when he's getting ready to sign off on like a fairly large order and he's like like reaching in for like this the signet ring to be like okay one sec. Sure, I had it. I used it earlier today. Um, if you could just hold that order for me, I'm going to go retrace my steps. It looks like I might have dropped it. Um, okay. So, time for Johan to do a little bit of an investigation to see what happened to his ring.
Go ahead.
Uh, do you not want me to roll?
No, no, no. Go ahead.
No, no,
Roll, roll,
no,
roll,
no,
roll,
no,
roll.
no, no. I'm talking to Discord.
It just says you're typing.
It it turned the text turned okay. Are you gonna? Okay, both times turned red.
Oh no, is Discord having the same problem I had earlier?
It might be.
1 moment. Let me
Uh,
try typing up something. Yep.
okay. I'm gonna go ahead and roll it on D&D Beyond then.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I trust you with any rolls. I'll
Okay.
roll anything of mine on my own thing.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, I got a dirty 20 for the investigation.
So here's what I'll say. Andy's no longer stealthing.
Mm-hmm.
So you just see a real kind child. I guess I should probably post the art of
Yeah.
Andy, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
1 second.
yeah,
Yeah, you see this child, no more than like in her teenage years, so no more than like 17, 16. Oh, wait, right. Can't upload images.
yeah. Right. Okay, yeah, that's a bit of a. Yeah, we are voice only at the moment.
We are voice only. That's fine.
Hmm.
Um,
Sure hope this doesn't affect like how the recording is going. But I guess
I
we'll.
don't think it'll affect the recording. It's just this. It's just Discord being a butt.
Discord.
Um,
You kooky, kooky.
that is probably affecting the game that's currently going on right now, though.
Oh, poor guys.
But yeah, with the dirty 20, you catch Eye of the Ring
Oh,
in the hand of a child. You've seen Andy before. This white-haired kid with green eyes, a jacket and a scarf. Currently trying to pawn it off.
in a pawn shop.
Probably.
Um, yeah, I think like spying, like yeah, going to the pawn shops is usually a good way to check, especially since he didn't find it around the flowers or the other shops that he visited. So he starts looking at like places where people would sell a really nice ring, and pawn shops are usually it. And so he walks in and sees this kid trying to sell his ring, and he's like, ah, walks in. Excuse me, I believe you have something that belongs to me.
Uh oh man, okay. This is when oh, Andy doesn't respond. In fact, they didn't seem to be the one talking to the shop owner. And instead, the cat that you saw earlier,
Mm-hmm.
on Andy's now shoulder, like jumping up from the counter and now shoulder, and just saying, "It's like, uh, we have no idea what you mean."
Okay. God. Yeah. Like. Yeah. Johan blinks. He's going to just file that away separately and unpack that a little bit later. Talking cat. Okay. Fun. Um. That ring is my property, and I have proof.
Really, I'd love to see it.
Yeah. He takes out. Oh.
And the moment you start reaching for it, the cat jumps on you, and
Oh.
Andy runs out.
Oh. Dang. Okay. That's fun.
I don't have stats for a cat, but
Um. If are you using D&D Beyond?
I don't. I have a thing, but I
Let
can
me.
just pull up the stats
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah. That's pretty simple.
It almost started playing a video.
No.
It's fine. Okay.
We're all right. Um. Okay. I mean, Johan's pretty distracted. I don't think he would have time to reach for the ring itself. Um. Especially since he's got a.
It's
Is
just a nat.
is.
It's just a 20 to when because the cat is just currently attacking.
Oh, the
It's
cat
just
isn't.
doing a little claw.
Oh, okay. So the cat rolled a 20.
It's gonna roll a 20.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 19.
That hits.
Yeah, good enough of a distraction. Andy runs.
Okay. Hmm. Uh. Oh, this is interesting. Um. Let's see then. Okay, Mage Hand I don't think is going to work in this particular case. He is going to cast Expeditious Retreat on him. And is the cat on him? Like
The
sticking?
cat is on him. Um, like it attacks you once. I guess it does. It technically does damage. Let me just roll.
Yeah.
The 1d1 slashing damage.
Okay, so.
Yeah,
Ow, 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 ow. Ah, ah. It's
and
like,
then the
no,
cat
wait!
jumps off and runs.
Yeah, so Johan casts Expeditious Retreat, so he can dash as a bonus action, and he's going to be. I assume Andy is dashing.
Andy is dashing and is actually bonus action dashing and action dashing.
Okay, so
Rogue baby.
rogue baby. Uh, how fast
That
can
would be
Andy?
9.
90 feet.
Andy move can 90 feet. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Johan's also moving 90 feet, keeping up.
Oh man. Okay. Um, what do we say shows up? Like this is a market, right?
Yes.
Andy is going to roll probably acrobatics to try to like jump through some stalls.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, which actually she doesn't. She's not as great as that. Um, that's a 17 though.
I mean, that's decent, yeah.
Yeah, this kid lean leanly manages to jump through some stalls. If you want to roll as well.
Okay.
Now you're just chasing this kid.
Acrobatics. Okay. Um, you know what? Johan is knows that he would not be really able to do that. He's just going to run around it, so he probably loses a little bit of ground.
So losing a little bit of ground. You can we can just have it to like the each of us trade off choosing what the other one what
Okay.
shows up for the other one. Yeah.
Okay, that works. Let's see. What does Johan have at his disposal here? Well, he couldn't really do that. You know what? The signet ring is important enough that he probably would he'd sacrifice the action, so he'd lose some ground if he misses. Uh, but he's going to. Hmm.
Oh.
I think he'll try and like fire some eldritch blasts after Andy.
Oh yes, please.
Okay, so does 17 hit?
17. Yeah, he hits.
Okay, for 10 damage. Um, and then it gets a second one, I believe. Yeah, two beams is fifth. I don't think a 9 is gonna hit though, is it?
No, a 9 is not gonna hit.
Okay,
But
yeah.
10
So,
damage. Okay.
yep. So Andy just gets clocked in the back with like one, kind of like pearlescent white lance of light almost, and the other one sails arcs over them and hits their path in front of them.
I'm gonna say that with the hit, you managed to stumble Andy enough that you regain the ground you lost earlier.
Awesome. Okay.
um, and in fact, you're a little bit closer now.
And
Um,
he's yelling, "Stop!"
um, you see, Andy does not return back, but instead gives you a very rude hand gesture.
Lovely. Okay. It's not
Uh,
exactly something I would risk my life stealing, but okay. Okay. Keep running. Keep running. He's, that last bit was for himself.
oh yeah. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh man, I'm trying to think. What is Andy gonna do? Andy is she no longer has her cat. The cat had to she had to leave it behind be able to run like this. Meaning Andy can't currently talk,
Oh no.
which is fine.
Oh
I
dear.
could recall it with a bonus action.
You lose the dash on the bonus action though.
Yeah, I do lose
Sacrifice
dash and devotion
sacrifice some
action.
distance.
Actually, fuck it. She's Andy is going to cross a street like a like a normal street that says like do not cross like in like with cars not currently going through it. It's the walking sign is currently turned on and is going to use information surge.
Oh, okay.
Let me so just to read this out to you, you gain the ability to temporarily render computerized devices inoperable. As an action, you can target a computerized device within 30 feet of you. Other guys actively used by the living creature. That creature must make an intelligence saving throw. Blah 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 blah. It's not being used by a creature, so it just succeeds, I believe.
Yeah.
And it breaks. I'm using it on the traffic lights.
Fun. Okay.
So yeah, here's what happens. You see Andy cross the street, turn around to look at you, and then reach for their Walkman because they have like a little like tape cassette player on it, and just like hold it up close to them, and you see a ray connect to the traffic signals, and they're currently not working anymore.
Oh, so does it become like chaos on the streets?
Yes.
Fun. Okay. Immediate like gridlock. Okay. Um, I think like yeah, like tunishly like cars start going through, but then like it like they halt, screech to stop. There's like the sounds of like crashing off to the, off screen. Um, there's like a hubcap that goes rolling past. Um, and Johan's just like like he's looking at this chaos like okay. And I'm gonna have him roll acrobatics to see how well he manages to make it through the. Oh baby, that's a net 20, so he 19. Um,
Okay.
yeah. So
Tell me how badass Johan looks.
gosh, like he's like it looks like he's kind of hurting, honestly. Like he's starting to limp a little bit, but he like pulls out his cane and like hops up onto the one of the like the roofs of the car like in front of him and just starts like
You
hopscotching.
Ducktales? Are you Ducktales pogo jumping from car to car?
It's not pogo jumping so much as like hopping from roof to roof and using the cane to make sure he doesn't fall off.
Got it. Got it.
But then he's on the other side and continues the run. But I bet that slowed him down a little bit. So
Oh, it's slowing down a little bit, but it's just Andy's still running. So what's up next, Breaks?
okay, there is uh, a peddler with his cabbages pushing his cart out into the middle of the path that you want to take because he's curious about what on earth is going on with the traffic at the moment.
I am actually gonna roll. I'm gonna say that Andy is doesn't want to stop.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna roll a deck save.
Okay.
It's to try and either roll through it like she did with the stands, or
Mm-hmm.
just I don't know why I'm trying to roll it in. Here we go. That's a 13. I honestly don't think that makes it.
No, you probably lose quite a bit of time because you oh god, Andy gets whoop into the cabbage cart, sending cabbages flying tunishly everywhere. And the vendor gives an anguished cry of "My cabbages!" and falls on his knees. I imagine, I guess Andy would recover and like start running again.
Yeah, and is in fact using a bit of fuck. It was probably her act. No, it's probably her reaction to make the dex saving throw. She's gonna use one of her bonus action to summon back her cat,
Okay.
which you see appears on her shoulders and yells back at you, "Would you give it up already?"
No, gives that back. And the chase continues. Uh,
Fuck, my turn.
yep, your
Let's
turn.
see. Let's see. What can Andy do? What can Andy do? It's a fun thing seeing. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to. Andy turns onto a an alleyway.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm going to roll stealth.
Okay.
Uh, I'm not gonna lie to you. That was an 11.
An 11. I don't think that. Yeah, it wouldn't beat his passive perception. Um.
Yeah. You don't want to know what I think happens? Is that alley? She turns. She had an idea. She turns into the alleyway and looks for a place to hide. And by the time she's finally found one, Johan's already there.
Mhm. Yep. That sounds about right. Hmm. Gosh, he doesn't really have anything that would be good for like capturing.
actually gonna roll something if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Uh, this is a performance,
Okay.
and if you want to roll insight,
Okay. Okay. How'd your performance go?
it's not very good. I rolled a 10.
I rolled an 8.
Oh my god. Maybe it's just because we're both tired of running.
It could be. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, Johan's just like, turns the corner, pauses, looks like, what is Andy hiding as or in?
Andy was trying to like hide behind a. She was about to crawl into a trash can.
Oh, so she's just, like, half in the trash can?
Kind of like a foot in.
Like, they,
And then she notices that Johan's just there and just like turns it over. Just like uh he's now like in a fighting pose, but you can tell that this kid does not fight
mm,
with fists at the very least.
mm-hmm, okay. Um,
They have a 7th strength.
baby.
Baby.
Uh, like, is there an exit to the alley on the other side, or is,
I'm gonna say there's not. There's just a plank. There's like she's cornered herself. They were trying to find. They had a plan. My original plan was to hide,
mhm.
close enough to like a dumpster, to then manacle you to the dumpster.
That's so that's brilliant. Okay.
But it did not work out because I rolled shittily on stealth.
Could she make a whiz save?
Sure, that is an 18.
Well, that definitely saves. But Johan, like, panting, is like, uh, it seems you. I'm trying to think of a joke because you tried to cast hideous laughter and it didn't work. So it needs to be a dumb one, like a really really bad one. Uh,
Looks like curiosity ate the cat.
yeah.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah. It's
really bad joke. And you see the cat, like the eyes just kind of like they're giving you an eyes like, are you serious?
mm,
So is Andy. Um,
I prefer to do this without violence. I just want my ring back.
you see Andy takes out the ring, like she had it in her jacket pocket, like just like in front of her. And she takes it out and looks at it, and it's just roll a per I guess yeah, just a perception check.
Okay.
Because this is the first time you actually gotten a good look, good long look at Andy.
Okay. 15.
15. So now that you're finally seeing them, you can tell that this kid has they wear all Reelkind clothes, and so unlike all Toonie like usual Toonie clothing, it doesn't stay clean as much.
Mhm.
It's raggedy. It's definitely old. Um, she's staring into the ring, looking like looking at it longingly, and then just tosses it back at you.
Okay. He catches it. And does Andy want to roll? I don't know, perception or insight on Johan?
Sure. Let's see. Do either of them are higher? Nope,
Uh.
they're the exact same.
Okay.
That was a 4.
Oof. Um. About the only thing that'll get you is that you notice it, like, for someone who just chased you like several blocks for this ring, like, he just stuffs it directly into his hammer space. Does barely even looks at it. Um, but then, like, his attention is back on you. Uh,
Well,
so
you got your ring back.
Yeah, thank you. I would you like me to heal you?
And Andy looks perplexed at that. Like
Uh,
you can tell.
I don't even have to touch you if you don't want.
And this is where the cat actually towards Andy and he says, "Take the heel, kid." And Andy begrudgingly nods.
Aw, okay. So I need E6. I'll give a bit more. So, no, that was a. Okay. So he heals back the 10 health that the Eldritch Blast took earlier.
Okay.
Um, and let me just check the range on something. Would you say that he's within 10 feet of Andy?
I was thinking this was a long alleyway, so it's like 20 feet.
Okay, so not close, not quite close enough. Definitely enough for the heals, but yeah, the uh, the pain from the Eldritch Blast fades away, and it looks like just like three little motes of light leave Johan's hand and like sink into you.
And you see how much health was actually healed
10,
through that. 10,
yeah,
just like full 10,
full 10.
full 10. Okay. Uh, so it wouldn't be any help for you to know this, but it doesn't fully heal her.
Oh,
Yeah.
huh.
You wouldn't have a way of like actually being able to look at some of that just because. But it's all good. Don't worry about
Okay. Well, he can use a max of 3d6 from his healing light anyway, so that
it.
took all three of them. Um,
Is there something else you needed, or did you want to?
are you like does Andy look like homeless or
Uh, you rolled a 15.
yeah?
Yes.
Ah, like he takes like 10 gold, like just palms it in his hand. It says, "I believe we are done here," and then just I'm gonna roll sleight of hand to see if he can make it look like he's just accidentally dropped this behind him.
Go ahead.
That's a 6. No, it's pretty obvious that he just kind of fumbled some gold into his hand and then dropped it as he turned to leave.
Um, Andy looks at the gold, looks a little insulted, and the cat steps down, looks up to her, and says, "Kid, you can't afford not take it." And Andy looks almost resigned before walking forward towards you, I guess,
Hmm.
and like grabbing the bag of gold
Well, like
from the floor.
he was trying to make it look like he was walked away and then accidentally dropped it. So he's like moved away from the alleyway.
Okay, fantastic.
Hmm.
Uh, oh man, this is where I get to make a choice because technically Andy is the one in control here. It's not the
Hmm.
cat.
Yeah.
The cat's just giving advice.
Yeah.
Um,
Like you do see like one ear turned back because he's listening to like this cat talk. Because like, what is up with that?
and you see, I guess you wouldn't see this, but Andy walks forward, the cat following, and reaches down for the bag of gold, and then signs something. At which point the cat says, "You hear the cat say, um, I, are you sure? Like, uh, we should you should definitely take." And then it's just more like aggressive signing towards the cat before the cat finally returns and just yells back at you, "Hey, you, big kitty."
uh, Johan like stops and turns around. He's like, "My
And There's
Is
Rolodex
a
as you yeah the Rolodex save as a bag of gold is currently being thrown your way.
That's a 6. Bonk.
It just hits you in the fucking face.
Ah. Ow. Okay. I think maybe I deserved that a little. But
Andy does look back and says, or it signs. I don't know. Can you read sign?
I he does a lot of studying. Should I just like maybe roll like an intelligence check?
Just roll an intelligence check because it depends on whether that's something that Johan would want to have learned,
That's a
and I leave that
6.
up to you.
It's I mean probably not on the radar of things that he's been trying to learn, so he knows that it is sign.
That's okay because the cat follows by translating.
Okay.
The kid says they're sorry for stealing your ring,
Uh,
and that I'm not repeating that last word, but they don't take pity.
ah. Okay. Feld, it looks like you need, if not money, perhaps less dangerous means of employment?
We're the kid's young, and you see the she is signing, and he seems to be like the translator in a sense, but they're referring to themselves in like a second person. This person translates and adds in their own words sometimes,
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
which you can see is once Andy gets a little angry and then signs something again, and then the cat just like repeats it, but in more correct fashion.
Ah, okay.
Uh, uh, but it's it's too young to be employed now,
Hmm. Do you?
and I'm actually gonna roll perception at that
Okay.
because that's not even a thing. That's a faulty lie. It's a 21 though.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah,
That was a 10 to like I mean the exchange of signing to the cat and the cat speaking makes it very difficult to like to try and read Andy's uh like face because by the time he's gotten the message, the like any sort of like I suppose emotions or uh clues that Andy's not being truthful have already been are past and
yeah,
hard
lost in translation.
lost in translation. Um,
I will also say, by the way, that this entire time this chase has been going on, Andy has been listening to music. How they can hear you is a mystery.
hmm. Uh, okay, what to do? What to do? Will you accept a gift?
Oh man, this is troubling for me because I'm just like I want to stick to character, but also like I also know that in character, this would be the kind of excuse that Andy would use to take something
Mm-hmm.
if it was really given. Yeah, Andy would give a very reluctant nod.
Okay. He's going to take the bag of gold that had just whacked him in the face, add a certain amount, like about 5 more gold to it, and then he's going to walk forward and hold it out in the palm of his hand. And I'm gonna roll sleight of hand to see if like he can, because he wants to try and do something stealthy. No, that's a 4. But he's still doing it. Like you see, like the other hand is just kind of like snapping. And maybe you want to roll perception to see why.
Let's see. Perception +2, but I'll say the cat probably gives her help action.
Okay.
Actually, would you say this has to do with smell?
It could. Yeah.
Okay, then the cat technically has advantage on this.
Okay.
is good because I just rolled a fucking 10, 12.
Okay.
It's a 12.
I mean, it still beat like his sleight of
Yeah.
hand. Um, with every like snap, there's like a little like a patch of dirt or like some stain that's been sitting there forever, like on Andy's clothing that just kind of poofs, poof, poof.
It definitely takes away the stains. It doesn't take away the rips and tears that are definitely in the
No, it
clothes.
can't do that, but it cleans it up.
Yeah.
Probably
And
since it's a
Andy
little.
has noticed.
Andy has not noticed.
Andy has noticed.
Has noticed. Okay. Uh, you're a you enjoy music?
She actually nods.
Hmm. Any particular genre?
Uh, you give that actually. Hmm.
Also, did Andy like take the gold?
Yes, Andy does reach out a hand. She doesn't. She's trying her best to not get too close. Like, is doesn't want to. She wants to stay distant, but she does reach out a hand.
Mm-hmm. And he like reaches out a little bit more to accommodate so she can pick up the bag.
Yeah, and she stuffs it into her jacket pocket.
Yeah, there you go. So you can add 15 gold to her inventory.
How much money did you? Wait, is this like actual money? Or is this
Yeah,
like?
like actual money.
Oh shit. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
I did actually start her out with no money even for background.
Well, there you go.
Uh, so okay, she starts. She has 15 gold now, and she turns a little confused at that. Like, and you see her sign something, and the cat responds again. You do know she just tried to steal your ring, right?
Uh, yeah, but I have the ring back, and apparently this was stealing under duress.
He still looks a little confused. This is not the idea of like acting nice after you've this is something you can pick up. The idea of acting nice after you've like had somebody do a wrong to you is not something she can understand.
Hmm.
And she nods and actually she actually like takes one of her headphones and like opens it up a little so she can almost like she's listening currently to the outside, and I would say it's pretty quiet. It's an autumn. It's getting later into the day.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic jam was semi far away, so the
And
cars.
yeah, there's probably a like in the background like the entire time like you just have like the distant honking of cars and finally someone's there to like fix the traffic lights so it's quieted down somewhat.
Yeah. Um, and she then takes off her headphones and hands them over to you.
Oh,
Can't
okay,
really answer herself.
okay. It's configured for like a real kind human's head, so he kind of he doesn't
Yeah,
want to like
it's a bit.
yeah he doesn't want to
It
stretch them.
stretches a little.
Yeah,
It
okay, there
stretches a
we
little.
a little bit. So like like his ears are like pressed down to his head, but he gets it on so he can hear.
And I don't know if you it's like a lot of the songs that are in it are a lot of techno songs.
Hmm.
If you ever heard the bands Mystery Skulls,
Oh, okay, nice, nice.
fucking Lemon Demon is also on there.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of AJR songs. Like
Devin
it's
Lehman.
yes, Devin Lehman.
Devin Lehman.
Um,
Sistery
AHR.
Sistery Coles.
Yeah, Sister Coles. Uh, there's also a song from this one just because I made the character so I can put whatever the fuck music I want in here. There's a couple of
Absolutely.
songs from Princess Eurobeats.
Hmm.
There's a song. I don't know if you ever heard the song "Fuck You" by Lily Allen.
Oh, that's a delightful one. Is that the
Yeah.
one that he starts listing? Is that the one that's like,
Yes.
yes? Like he listens to it and like and he probably sees His expression just become very strained for a second because like he looks at Andy, but
She wheezes a little bit at that, like almost like she can't laugh, but she does like the motion in a
hmm
sense.
so yeah,
Uh,
the the melody is nice. Not exactly my choice for lyrics, but it's a good song.
this is actually a good question. How tall is Johan?
Johan is 5'5",
5'5"? I don't know. I'm gonna say that Andy's 5'3".
5'3",
He's a
is
little shorter.
a little shorter. But yeah, he
And
returns the headphones.
thank God, because roll an insight check.
Okay,
Well, Andy's headphones were off.
14.
14. Would you say lion ears? You could probably still the volume of the song was still probably low enough that you could hear the outside world.
hmm
And so you can hear that whenever there was a honk of one of the cars or like a like something trashed like in an alleyway, a little bit. You see Andy flinches a little bit, just the tiniest bit. Not enough that not enough, but she is very glad to have her music back.
Oh, I see it is important to you. Um,
You get a nod from that. I don't know why I'm nodding when you can't see it.
I God, if God, you don't know how much I'd love to be able to play like a game in person with y'all. Um, but like he takes the signet ring back out and kind of looks down at it. Um, if you want, you can try rolling insight on him again.
Actually, can I argue that she can roll either history or something to like maybe figure out what the family sigil actually means?
Oh sure.
Okay. You say this is history or something else?
History or insight. Uh, history. Yeah, history or insight.
Okay. Okay. It's a 14.
A 14. That's decent enough. Was it history? That
Yes.
okay. Um. Okay, so Andy sized Johan up earlier, so saw like the simplish clothes but well tailored, the a very precious stone set in a ring cut to extremely exacting standards. Been using a cane that looks like it's been very well made. Um, he's obviously rich.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's but he doesn't look like business rich. He looks like nobility rich.
Born into it.
Yeah. Uh, so the signet ring generally is, well, one of the ways that they can prove, like a noble can prove that they are of a lineage. But as, I mean, as urgent it seemed for him to get it back, he doesn't look. It looks like he just absolutely despises this ring.
Me knowing the Johan lore.
Hmm.
okay.
But I mean, he gives it a look and then just like hurriedly puts it back. The ring is important to me. Uh, I'm I'm honored that you would share something so important to you with me. But the ring does have to stay with me. Um, are you hungry? I believe
Uh,
there should be a nice cafe about a block down. I
I'm
could
going
do
to
with.
say
Yeah.
I'm going to say that at that moment, due to Toon logic, because even though Dandy's real kind, she's still in Toontown.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the laws of Toon sometimes do fall upon reals,
Yep.
uh, and so her stomach just does that noise, like the yeah, like it is loud.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, let's
And you
see. I
see Andy blushes at that.
Yeah. Uh, not to worry. I could do with a drink myself, some warm tea, but the cafe down the way, they make excellent sandwiches. Um, come, we'll eat. And as he turns to walk away, you notice that like he's noticeably limping and like leaning on the cane a bit more, because the chases like that will take it out of you.
Um, it takes a second for Andy follows, and uh, it's she's debating whether she should just run and the other way or
Mm-hmm.
follow, and she just gets like a tap on the face from a cat,
Pap.
like a yeah, just a pap, and just you just hear the cat say, "You need this kid," and
Oh,
Andy resigns to following slightly further behind you.
okay. Um. Okay. I'd say that like or scene change. They're at the cafe.
Oh yeah,
Andy being real kind, has Andy been subjected to scene
no,
jumps before?
absolutely not.
Suddenly, she's just there.
What? Actually, the cat doesn't look surprised. Andy does.
Oh,
And Andy immediately like panics, like grabs herself, like looks, like it's looking down at herself, and it's just
well,
be confused.
okay. If she thinks back, she can remember like walking here. She can remember everything like walking here, but
Yeah,
no, they're just now here. And Johan just like sits down like it's no big deal. Starts placing an order for like a nice big lunch.
Andy is just looking at you and signs something at the cat, and the cat just like actually answers back and just says, "It's team change, kid. Doing thing," which is surprising for a real kind cat.
Yeah. Like if the cat's paying attention, like one of Johan's ears does like swivel over to listen to him talk. Um, Still curious about that.
It is at this point, by the way, that the cat actually turns you and says, "A big kitty. Name's Rick, by the way. Kid Sandy." Andy
Ah,
looks a little angry at that.
it is good to meet you, Rick, Andy. My name is Johan. Johan Klarstein. Um, Please have a seat. The food should be out shortly. It's quite good. The butternut squash soup is particularly good in their sandwiches.
Oh, I have not had butternut scotch soup in so long.
Mm.
And Andy just looks like signs something and just says like, "You'll like it, kid." Uh, it's she has no idea what that is.
Aw, gonna get gonna have a new experience.
Yep.
More new
This is a this is a
experiences.
this is a fancy end cafe, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Andy feels very out of place here.
Yeah. It is warm and it smells nice inside. Uh, I hope you do not mind my asking, but I am very curious. Rick, um, I don't often see real kind animals who are capable of speech.
I'm a familiar kid.
Ah, that 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 makes a lot of sense. So, are you like he looks back at Andy, recalling like what she did, like when she uh turned off everything. Do you, are you a study of the arcane arts? Are you a wizard or?
She signs a word, And Aunt Rick responds, "She's a warlock."
Ah, um, well, so that makes two of us.
You're a warlock?
Yeah,
That makes
mhm.
that surprising.
Yeah, I am a warlock. I have, I do not have a familiar, but I do have, like he holds out a hand and like mist kind of condenses into the form of a book and pop, there's a book.
Rick, who is on the table, I'm guessing, not caring for the manners of this place, goes over to look.
Yeah.
I don't particularly have stats for Rick. It's just cat stats,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely with a much higher intelligence.
Aw. Yeah. Uh, Investigation, perception, whatever you'd like for
I'm gonna
to.
roll Arcana and using Andy's Arcana
Okay.
because technically she gets her Arcana due too. That's a not natural 20. It's a dirty
A dirty 20. Okay. Um, hmm. Arcana. Well, Warlock tends to come in about three or four flavors. Uh, I assume that Rick would know that he's a familiar of the Pact of the Chain. Uh, if a Warlock has a book, that means they have the Pact of the Tome, and
20.
this is that tome.
Andy is mildly curious, just stating facts. Um, uh, just walking over to the tome, uh, he's just flipping through it, just looking through the pages. It's just magic and shit.
Mm-hmm. Um, it gets to like an empty page, and before you can completely turn it, words start appearing on it.
Oh, well, this is interesting.
What are you looking for?
Nothing in particular.
Hmm. Then feel
Who's
free to.
this? And the, Rick turns towards Johan.
Oh, he grabs he pulls like a pen out of his hammer space and writes "Hello Eve" in fancy cursive on the page. Uh, and words appear again. Hello, Johan. That is my patroness.
Ah, I'm actually the kid's patron, so we just have a direct line of communication.
Ah, I just that would make things a lot simpler. But well, my patroness is well, she's already done a lot for me. Uh, can't ask her to leave her home. But this allows us to communicate. Also, my cat is demanding attention, so if I'm a little distracted, hello, Miss Hooks. Yes, I love you very
Excuse
much.
me, you have a cat over here that's demanding attention,
Yes, I
and it's Rick.
know. I know. Suki says, "Forget Rick. I'm here. You could actually pet me."
Rick, you're also the cat's also not an asshole. Well, not as much of an asshole.
Yes, I love you, Miss Hooks, but I'm trying to do an FPS here. Oh, you're purring. You're so cute. Ah, I love this kitty. But yeah. Rick is welcome to try and write something in the book if he wants.
Uh, Rick can't because no opposable thumbs.
I
But
mean, that's
uh,
fair.
Rick does ask Andy and says like, "Oh man, what would Andy want to ask? Because this is a weird relationship that Andy and Rick have.
Hmm. Okay.
Um, she also doesn't want to give too much away, in a sense. Oh man. Can you see everything that's written in this book?
Does he write that?
Can it be? No, no, no. Like,
Oh, he's a.
this is Rick asking Johan.
Well, yeah.
Can it be erased?
If you write in pencil.
And he takes out a pencil.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh, do you mind if we ask a question?
No, go ahead.
And Andy writes down, uh, and this is a weird question for me to ask you because
Oh boy,
Johan's not gonna know, but I guess
Eve
Breaks is
will.
gonna know.
Yep.
Do you know how to make a body?
There's a pause, and then words appear again on the page. There are many ways to make a body. There are old-fashioned ways. But I don't know, nor would I divulge information about unnatural ways to create a body.
Uh, this is gonna be weird because now Andy wants to erase the fucking what she wrote, but the answer remains on there.
Yep.
Well, this was not very well thought out, was it?
Nope.
Nope, this is fine.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Um, like, do you try erasing those words that it responded?
Yes.
More words appear. What? Do you not want Johan to know, but that you asked this?
That would be preferable.
Very well. And then the words just kind of fade into parchment.
Fantastic. And Johan gets their book back.
Um, but before he does, there is
Oh.
a small line of text. You owe me.
Oh, fuck.
And then Johan reclaims the book, looks down, looks up at them, closes the book, and it poofs into mist. I'd say that's about the time that like the food comes. So like there's like a some sandwiches and a bowl of soup for each. There's like a nice like a pitcher of strong black tea and milk and sugar and all the accompaniments. Yes.
Andy is trying everything like once. And immediately devours her half,
Oh.
like
Um.
quickly.
Mhm. Like Johan like signals to the waiter to bring more. Just while Andy is like scarfing it down. Also points to like Rick. So the next time the waiter comes by, they bring in more sandwiches, more soup, probably like just like an entire like little tureen of soup that they can serve themselves from, as well as a probably like a plate of like fish or something that Rick could eat.
Oh, you didn't have to get anything for me, kid.
You are my guest, and I will make sure that I am a good host.
Uh, I'm just. Everyone is so nice,
Mhm.
and I'm just like Andy can't doesn't want to trust anybody.
Mhm. Yeah. So.
She's still scarfing down all the food.
Does like she just
It's
does she just like pick up the entire tureen and like take it over to her side of the table?
yes.
Love it.
It does come to a point where she's like laying down and just looks sick.
Oh. How about
This is
another
a
thing of?
real kind. This is
Oh.
a real kind.
Oh. Yeah. How about another little thing of healing light, just just for flavor to kind of take
Yeah, sure.
the sickness off. Uh,
Uh,
maybe we can.
she's stuffed.
Yeah, I can. I can. Like signals to like Johan finishes like his initial half and signals to the waiter to pack everything else up. Um, and they do, and then it's given to Andy. So there's like a nice little like container of the rest of the soup and whatever sandwiches Andy couldn't eat, just in a nice little bag. Upscale. Um, Johan. Oh, I would say that if I may give some advice, while there are, of course, going to be ne'er do wells in any society, I think that you would find at least Inquel, that you can generally ask, and most folks will be willing to assist you, especially when it comes to something like food. Also, how long have you been in Inquel?
Andy counts uh, a little bit, like on like just it's weird because this kid understood a lot of like she when you guys were tipping out and doing the calculations for the tip,
Mm-hmm.
kid could do the tip math quickly,
Oh,
like
okay.
on the top of her head, like just like that. But the moment that you start this, she begins counting on her fingers, like uh, and uh, the cat interrupts and he says, about 3 months.
Oh. Well, it shouldn't be much longer then. But yeah, I think you'll find like God, like Johan, he really wants to tell that like God, if there was any place to bring a kid to get adopted, geez, Einquell is it. Um, but he also that's a really like he doesn't want to say it because like well if it doesn't like then Andy's just kind of just up a creek and then like
I am gonna leave that up to you because there is a right answer here.
I know but yeah he'll just leave it like the cryptic it probably won't be long now then and leave let Andy and Rick interpret that as they may.
Okay. Andy looks confused,
Hmm.
but in which direction does Johan head? Further into town or like
Probably a bit back towards the marketplace because he did have a few other orders he needed to place. There's that one that
okay,
required the signet ring, and I mean he has his signet ring back. So
that's fair.
yeah,
Andy, God, I'm gonna roll a d2 and see
okay.
if Andy does this. Nope, that's not how you roll in this. Uh, two, oh, one. Okay, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay. 11.
11. That fails.
Ah,
You
well.
are being held.
Uh,
Uh, Andy, then you feel a squeeze from behind, a hug, and then immediately running away.
it's, what? Like he can't turn and look like not even
Yep.
his ears can move. Like he's just stuck there until a whole
Let me see
person.
what the range. Yeah, let me see what the range of hold person is. 60 feet. So the moment that Andy's 60 feet away, um, yep.
Like he he like looks watches Andy go and then starts walking away and then like checks his pockets.
Let me wait. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Roll from your head. Must be simple.
A two, a dagger.
It's a dagger. You're missing a dagger.
Okay, that's fine. He had spares.
But
Uh,
it was also a hug, technically.
yeah, yeah, a hug, and now the child is armed with soup and a dagger, and
Soup and a dagger.
yep, soup and
And
a dagger.
she has set it into outer edges of town.
Okay, he's gonna let that one go. That was like that's one of the daggers he got stabbed with, and like the bodyguards came by the way. So that's a traveling dagger now. Um,
That's fine.
that's hilarious.
The dagger's gonna pass hands.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna add it to her inventory.
Just name it the bodyguard dagger.
Yeah.
And put my like put my name on there. But we'll say like he like that last check for the dagger, and then he's just gonna let it go, and so he turns around and starts walking back to the marketplace, and that's probably a good point to end it, but oh my gosh. But yeah, put like my name on, like put mod and then my name on that dagger so we can just track who's had this dagger.
Mod, then arrow, breaks.
And
There you go.
then
And then
Jade.
arrow, Jade.
Good stuff, good stuff. See how see how where this dagger goes. Like people writing like signing a dollar bill. But yeah, this was very cute. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, this is the. I feel like for a lot of it, I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm sorry for that.
Oh, I mean,
Um,
like neither did I. I had a
yeah,
basic idea, but yeah, but yeah,
this this was cute.
this is very cute. Thank you, Jade.
Thank you.
Whee! All right, and thank you to anyone who might be listening out there. Uh, and hope you have a good. We love you, and have a good night. All right,
Bye bye.
bye.